My name is Mahmoud Zamlala and I'm going to record a micro lesson on reading, writing, speaking and technology. Okay, hello class. Right, now today we're going to talk about something really interesting, really. Well, I think it is interesting, which is young people's addiction to social media. Now, last week we talked about addiction in general. Today we're going to talk about we're going to focus on a specific segment of society, which is young people. That is people like you. Oh, I can already can see some people smiling. Why are you smiling, Ahmed? Is it because you're addicted to one of these social, to Facebook? Are you? Huh? Okay, we'll see. Now, if you're addicted, maybe we'll see how we can help you. Right. Excellent. So this is the topic of today's lesson, basically, and I'm going to train you. You know, it's part of that project which I announced earlier in the lesson, and you're going to work. So I'm going to divide you in 4 groups, actually, right? But before we get there, let's focus on this. Now, I would like you to think about the people who might be involved in young people's addiction to social media. What kind of people? Who are the people who might be, involved? Who might have a say? Who might have a role to play in this phenomenon? 30 seconds. Okay. Yes. All right, let's go. Ahmed, yes? Of course, young people, that's number 1. Young people. Yeah, so anybody else? Any other parts? Any other important people who might be involved? Yes? Najla? Yeah, of course. The parents, absolutely. So I have young people, the parents. Yes. Ru'aya? Tell me. You said maybe the teachers, so people like me, right? Okay, maybe, yes, maybe I have a role to play. Sure, good. Any other party who might be involved? Yes? Good, thank you. People who know about this. What do you call those people who know, like people like psychologists, sociologists, etc.? Yes, they are? Experts, exactly, thank you. So, these are the experts. So, now, this is the focus now. Since you're in 4 groups, so each group is going to focus on one party, right? We've got 4 different people who are involved, and each group of you is going to focus on one. So, let's say, right, you are group 1, okay? So, which party would you like to focus on? The young people, okay. Young people. Are you fine with that? Excellent. What about you? Group 2? You choose the experts. Excellent. The experts. Okay. What do the experts say on this? Excellent. Now, what about you? The teachers. So, right, the teachers. Okay. So, group number 3, that's the teachers. And group number 4, are you happy with focusing on the parents? Oh, good. Great. So, fair play. Everybody's happy. Excellent. 4 groups, 4 topics. Great. Now, these subtopics, these 4 subtopics, I need you to investigate them and to follow the procedures, we discussed earlier, in the warm-up. Now, so I would like each one of you now to think, about ways of investigating this topic. How would you be able to collect the information about each of these topics? What would you do? What are the resources? Again, take some time. Okay? Yes. I already can see a hand over there. Jessa, yes, go ahead, Jessa. Yeah, Jessa. Of course, the internet. The internet contains all the information, as everybody, might think. So, plenty of information on the internet. So you're gonna check the internet. Okay, any other resources? Well, basically everybody seems to be fond of the internet. So you're gonna check, make some kind of searches on Google, right? Okay, and find some sites, websites which talk about this topic, right? Good, but remember, what kind of sites would you use to get your information from? Remember, do you still remember those criteria which we discussed before in the previous topic, in the previous project? I do. Yeah, that's it. Okay, now can you remind me of one of them at least? Okay, the website has to show or display some kind of objectivity. Objective, right? So objective is the opposite of subjective. So it has to tell you the truth or the facts as they are without taking sides with this or with that. Excellent. So objectivity. Yes. Another characteristic or criterion, sorry. Yes, of course, accuracy. So which means that the information must be exact, correct. Thank you. Another? Can you still remember one more criterion? Okay, very good, very good. So the website or the information must be somehow recent. So then recency. So okay, so you got objectivity, accuracy, recency. Of course, certainly there are more criteria, but we get to focus on these three, right? If you have these three, then that's enough, I think. Good. So internet, you're gonna collect the information from the internet. Now, how else? Think of a very simple way. You don't need to check the internet or whatever. How? Good. You're going to go and ask questions. Thank you, Ahmed. That's very good. You're going to ask these people certain questions. So you're going to conduct some kind of interview. All right. And then you have to prepare your questions. So an interview, right, with well-prepared questions. Excellent. So we're going to focus on these two. So internet and interview. Right? Interview questions. Now, what kind of questions would you ask, or what kind of, if you like, fields would you focus on? All right, you might focus on the causes. Thank you. The causes of internet addictions. Thank you. You might also focus on how you can solve or help people get rid of their addiction. Yes? All right. Yes, Lami. Good. Excellent. So you can focus on the effects. So if we just limit ourselves to the causes, the solutions, and the effects, all three, maybe, right? And try to prepare certain questions about these three, if you like, dimensions or aspects of these problems or this phenomenon. Okay, so questions like, for the causes, for example, questions like, we start with a WH word. Why? Thank you. So you have to think of questions which begin with why. Questions which think about the solutions, which focus on the solution. So it's about how. How can we find that? How can you solve the problem? How can you help these people? And questions which might think about the, let's say, the consequences or the effects. Yes, like what are the consequences? What might the consequences or the effects of this phenomenon be? All right. So I want you to prepare your questions. Okay, right? So think about them, and we will see in this the next step in the guided practice when I give you some activities to practice making questions.